Just going to run through how to set up a basic simulation using the bullet dynamics, which are new in Electric Image 9. There are 3 steps to creating a dynamic simulation. First of all, you have to tell Animator which objects you want to be dynamic. Then you need to add these objects to a solver, and then you need to simulate. So first thing is we have to tell Animator that we want every object basically to be dynamic. So we select all the objects, we go add to selection set, new set, and we're just going to call this dynamic. Press OK. Now we want the plane to not move at all. So by default, if you hold down the Alt key and Command key and double click on an object, this will bring up the linking window. The linking window has a new tab called Bullet, and the body type tells Animator what kind of dynamic object the one you have selected will be. By default that's static, that means it won't move at all no matter what hits it. So that's fine for the plane, but for the spheres we want them to be dynamic objects. So if we just change that to dynamic, then right click and press set selected, that's the first part of the setup complete. So now if we go into the animation menu and then the bullet menu and add a session, which is the animated term for a solver, and then we just call this solver1, so let's press OK. And then in the solver we need to tell Animator we need to tell Bullet which set of objects to use as dynamic objects, and that would be the dynamic set that we created before. I'm just going to move this window up here, and then depending on well, we'll come back to that in a second. Now we can just preview simulate the animation. So it's just press simulate, and the simulator, the solver, is telling us that it needs to set the objects to animatable in the animation window here. That just means that animator is going to turn on the green triangle basically. I'm going to press cancel because I feel like I have changed the yes, I accidentally made the plane an dynamic object. So I'm just going to do that again, press OK. You'll notice the green triangles turn on down here and the objects start dropping towards the plane. Now straight away you can see there's something wrong with the scene scale. So I'm just going to change the scale here from 1 to 10. That'll make everything drop 10 times faster, as it were. You can see here they hit the plane and they roll off. So once this simulation is run through, see the end here, this animation has actually been baked. So I can close this, close the bullet session, and I can skip to the end, and I can actually scrub through this animation, and that's basically being baked. So I can get on with animating anything else. Right, so that's it for the basic setup. There are other options that you can have a play with, the friction and the bounce on the objects, but we'll go through some other elements of the dynamic system, such as forces, in the next tutorial.